Let's continue with our story. I've listed the words who, what, where, when, why, and how on the side. Your child would be writing this on a piece of paper and then giving reasonable responses from the picture prompt in regarding to these categories. Taking notes is actually a pre-write exercise. So the child can think of just the note-taking from the prompt and then transfer his or her energies into actually forming the sentences. It's difficult to gather the information and formulate the sentences in one step. So we're doing two here. So what would be a reasonable response to the child would use Fuzzy again? And what is Fuzzy doing? Well, he's pushing a wheelbarrow. Where is Fuzzy? Maybe at a customer's house. Well, now I'm kind of curious. I want to jump down to the why. Why is he at a customer's house pushing a wheelbarrow? Possibly because he's a landscaper. Notice the notes are not in full sentence form. We're just putting down the highlights. When is Fuzzy at a customer's house because he's a landscaper? Perhaps when the people aren't home. How is Fuzzy doing his landscaping for his customers? Maybe he's using tools. In a very short period of time, you have allowed your child to memorialize his thoughts or her thoughts in the categories that are going to be necessary for writing simple, compound, and complex sentence structure. We've got the gamut here of factual and explaining kinds of information. So your child is all set up to be able to write all three of those pivotal skill sentence structures that we've talked about before. The idea that of the note-taking is that your child would give reasonable responses to a prompt, whether it be a picture or a written prompt. Your child would then use those notes to prepare sentences, or if the assignment was longer, eventually paragraphs. Thinking about the notes and transferring those ideas into sentences is usually more efficient if it's done in two steps. First of all, you are going to try to hone in your ideas and clarify in your mind what you'd be talking about in these categories. And then you would be physically doing the mechanical part of the sentence writing from the notes. If your child takes the time to do a pre-write, to jot notes and hone in the ideas and clarify his or her ideas, the writing process is quite fast.